It worked.
Holy shit.
Waterfalls, nothing can harm me at all. My worries seem so very small from my waterfall. Oh, well, that's good. That's good. It's on fucking mute the whole fucking time.
Oh my god.
Oh, we're having a much better night tonight. Jesus fucking Christ, all fucking mighty. Somebody shoot me.
No.
Oh, yeah. Forgot. That doesn't work very well. Anyways. So, once again, welcome to the stupid fucking channel of stupid fucking stupid shit. And I'm your host, the fucking royal dumbass. Hi. So today we had a thunderstorm
And yesterday.
again, and the power was going on and off while I was taking a nap, and Murface was being experimental and trying to see if she could do the whole turning it back on thing, and she was somewhat successful, turns out. But apparently the speakers on my computer are blown or something. So I'm sitting there trying to start the broadcast, and I'm getting no volume from the music. I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? So then I start the broadcast, and I'm just complaining about like what is the problem here? And then of course I forgot to unmute the fucking thing. So we are experimenting technical differences on the Lost Begotten channel, where this particular individual is standing in the street acting like a dumbass. Yeah. What? 1 out of 5. 1 out of 5.
I'm laying in bed acting like a dumbass.
1 out of 5. 1 out of 5. We got a half naked female Caucasian chick standing in the road acting like dumbass. Requesting instructions. Come on. Roger. 1 out of 5. Strip her down naked and bring her to me. Okay, good buddy. We gotta come on. You're stupid. Sorry, I was just like in my own little world there for a second. Apparently, Beavis and Butthead were there too. There's sound now, right? There's still no fucking sound. There's no sound now. If there's no fucking sound now, I'm just stopping the fucking broadcast. Shit. Taking a road trip.
We don't have money for that. You'll get down the road.
So the sound's actually fucking working now. Okay, that's good. The last thing I need is some more bullshit going on with this computer. So, hey, speaking of how badly I need to move on to the laptop and actually get this fucking software, I was wrong. It's still on sale. The software is still on sale for $200. So there's that. Fuck. Yeah, I took it off a low latency mode to see if the the streaming quality would improve. Like, does this look better at least? And it's basically, they call it low latency mode, and if I uncheck it, the comments are supposed to lag behind at the and without low latency mode, it prefers the video quality or whatever. It says less buffering. So just experimenting with that bullshit for now. So anyways, I don't know how the fuck far I got with the microphone on mute once again.
You explained that I'm in the dark and why, and then you went on and did the Notre Dame thing.
Okay. So I need to do all that again.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So if you're wondering, the voice is coming from the darkness behind me, where my merface is sleeping because she has a job. Yay, merface has a job.
I don't know about sleeping. We're attempting to sleep over here.
So she, while I was crunching numbers, which I do like fucking, 12 hours a day now, just trying to get the damn business plan together. Seems like a really long, painstaking process now that I'm this far into it. But it actually looks like I'll be able to build all the systems in the store for around $16,000. Like, which is pretty good. I got the giant coral retail display system down to $3,200. And it's basically 350 gallons. But it's built out of 255s and 229s and a big old tub. And it's going to be basically where I sell coral and live rock out of. And there's shelves built into the stand for dry rock. So it's basically going to be like one centralized display for coral, live rock, dry rock, and one of the 29s is going to be used for seahorses. So the most expensive thing about it was the lighting. Going to use Kessel fancy lights. Fancy lights. Called tuna blue and tuna sun. And tuna, like the fish. But they're supposed to be the hot shit in the aquarium industry. So I'm going to have those on display in my main system there. Anyways. Wait, hold it. Retime it now that you're at the bottom of the scroll. See? You don't always start there because I gotta move you from that point down. But now you're down. So comment again and then see how long it takes. But anyways. So today, back to the news that I was getting into before I realized I was on mute still. Today Donald Trump was supposed to speak at Notre Dame. And, well, you know, being as he's not the president and just a fucking imposter, parading around the country, wasting our money, and is effectively basically a satellite dictator waiting to be undone, God willing. Oh yeah, yes he is. But they didn't, they didn't want the fake imposter installed puppet dictator at their fucking school. So they all sent letters and petition, So they sent Mike Pence, thinking that would go over well. Turns out not so much, because Mike Pence is governor of Indiana. Notre Dame is in Indiana. So, fascinating how the state where he was governor hates him, but then somehow the country gets stuck with him. Even though he didn't fucking win the election. They didn't win the election. They didn't win. What the fuck is going on here? So, in response to Mr. Mike Pence, a large portion of the students at the the graduates at Notre Dame walked the fuck out of their own graduations You know, it's not like it's some random little speech. This was their graduation. And they just said, fuck this guy. Not my fucking president. I'm not going to stand for America being overthrown by Russia. Well, 45 seconds isn't that bad. So anyways, today I'm reading notes that the Merface wrote down with her pretty girly handwriting. And Trum, she left out the P. Trump
Don't fuck with my shorthand.
criticized Michelle Obama back in January of 2015 for not wearing a headscarf when she visited Saudi Arabia. But it turns out Melania didn't wear a headscarf either. Well,
This is hypocritical.
he's just like every chance he has to be a fucking hypocrite, he's a fucking hypocrite. Yeah, maybe it is 42 seconds. Speaking of which, speaking of 42, what's turning out to be the perfect height for all the aquarium stands is 42 inches. That's just like based on structure and the amount of space needed for the tank and to get into them, and then another, basically it's a 1x6, 1 inch, 30 inches, 1x4, and 1 inch, and then that's fucking 42 inches on each 2-tier stand. So interesting, isn't it? 42 just keeps popping up. There was another 42 that popped up recently that I wanted to. Oh yeah, 6 times 7. Okay. What? You don't sense the intrinsic meaning in the phrase 6 times 7? What's 42? It's got what plants crave. It's got electrolytes. Like just being numerological as far as power numbers go. 6, 7, 42. The end of the road is the combination. When because why was 6 afraid of 7? Because 7, 8, 9. Anyways. So, speaking of Saudi Arabia, Trump made a $100 billion arms deal with Saudi Arabia.
Is the one who negotiated it.
Apparently, Kushner helped negotiate it. And is this right? Saudi Arabia, quid pro quo, donates $100 million to Ivanka Trump's what? She has a foundation or something?
It's her women's entrepreneurship.
Blah, God.
Blah, blah, blah.
Her women spending money thing. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yet, what did Trump do? He criticized Clinton's foundation for receiving money from the Saudis.
In the amount of $1 and $2 million. And he gets, they get $100 million.
They had a picture of her with the Saudi king, and the look on his face was like, what the fuck is this moron blonde bitch doing here?
So, like, remember what I was saying about how wrong people have it, just in general, about Hillary Clinton? Like, are you really worried about someone who has to get donations in the amount of $1 or $2 million. I mean, that right there means that they have no power. If they're out there trying to get money for the fucking stuff that they're doing in the amount of millions, that means that at most their corruption is in the amount of hundreds of thousands. What the fuck are you gonna do with that? Okay, we're up against people who have over $1 trillion in assets. Okay, he has over $1 trillion fucking dollars in assets,
Can I make a point?
and he's one of them. Yes, ma'am.
I just want to make a real quick point.
A
Is
point
it just me?
from the talking darkness.
Is it just me, or do you find it very suspicious that a country that demeans women as much as Saudi Arabia does would be donating to an organization that's meant to boost women?
Oh well, you know,
I mean, just saying.
it's not suspicious at all. It's pretty easy to figure out because every time Ivanka is asked to speak about women's rights, she talks about basically their place in the family. It's your right to have a happy life in the fucking kitchen. Like every one of her statements at these women's rights things that I've seen, she's talking about family values. The only relationship family values come into play when it comes to the women's rights discussion is, should women be working or not? You know, that's what the implication is. She's giving lip service to the Eastern way of life. Okay, she's giving lip service to basically how Russians think. And I mean, when it all comes down to it, what she said was almost word for word what Putin says, what Vladimir Putin says when asked the same questions regarding women's rights. Okay, and you can go check me on that, please. I beg you. Because, almost word for word. So anyways, Switzerland voted to withdraw from, is that the nuclear non-proliferation?
Any nuclear program that they've got going on as far as nuclear energy goes, they're doing away with it.
Okay.
Clean energy.
Oh, so they're getting away from nuclear power altogether. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Yeah, they voted on a referendum on it. I think it was
good for them.
Yesterday.
And Senator Al Green of Houston, Texas. I remember I was actually living in Houston, Texas when Senator Al Green first ran for Congress, I believe. And I remember seeing his sign, like, really? Al Green? But I had a feeling as soon as I made fun of the man that I was going to eat my words and he was going to wind up being respectable. I mean, he can't help if he was named Al Green. But, you know, it just seemed kind of cheesy. Just happened to be named Al Green. I'm going to use my name to get elected. But that's, no. He called for Trump's impeachment on the Senate floor.
He's the lone voice.
And has since then received countless racial and violent threats.
Including lynching.
Including lynching, apparently.
And called him the N-word a bunch of times.
There was something interesting with Sessions today that we didn't cover. Anyway, so Comey is to give public testimony to the Senate Intelligence Committee after Memorial Day. So wait, can he wear white? Or wait, no, that's Labor Day.
That's Labor Day.
That's Labor Day. Sorry. I'm not. Apparently, I'm not enough of a fashion expert to make that joke. Yeah. So anyway.
And I am.
Well, you're a woman. Women are supposed to know that, right?
Sure. We'll go with that.
You're a girly girl, aren't you, dear? What does it mean if you wear white after Labor Day? You're gonna be cold? Like,
Something like that. That means fall's coming after Labor Day, and weather's supposed to cool down if you don't.
the autumn sun will cast a shadow from your nipples?
If you don't live on Satan's belt loop like we do.
Yeah.
You know, August, September, October, it starts to get cold.
Yeah, there you go.
Here, it's our peak of summer.
Right?
You thought it was hot in July? Fuck you, August is around the corner.
If you thought it was going to get better after August, September's just going to be hanging out.
Hold my beer and watch this shit.
September should have a slogan called "Had Enough."
Have a hurricane and then some more heat.
Right? Here, have some extra humidity with your 100-degree weather.
Your hair doesn't look quite frizzy enough. Have some more.
Anyways. Yes. Y justicia para todos. I think first Metallica tape I had was bought in what's it called? Not Reynosa, but right across Brownsville's border in Mexico. And it had everything. It was all sung in English, you know, it's a regular Metallica and Justice for All. But the whole tape and all the inside, all the writing, everything was written in Spanish. So on the cover it said Metallica y justicia para todos. So I just think of that every time I hear the phrase "injustice for all." Anyways, I think about the wild shit I was into at the time to, you know, I've gotten that in 1990, 91 maybe. Yeah, 91. Anyways, so. Well, what was the thing with Mitch McConnell earlier, dear? Do you remember that? That was what it was. It wasn't Jeff Sessions. It was Mitch McConnell has...
Oh, he accepted money in the campaign from the pro-Putin Ukrainian business guy. It was like $100 million or some shit.
Mitch McConnell has apparently accepted a large sum of money.
Well, it was during the last election.
During an election season, or during the 2016 election season. Okay, while Mitch McConnell has been, running defense and offense for Trump, he accepted a large sum of money
to his super PAC.
To his super PAC from that Ukrainian pro-Putin business guy that I bet you has something to do with that ledger that's been subpoenaed. Because there were a lot of different Republican politicians mentioned on that ledger. Anyways. So, I guess that's all the news I have for you. And as I'm finally getting on the home stretch as far as designing the individual 8-foot and 4-foot modular shelf systems and like pricing out the wood and every fucking last little detail of it. I'm kind of getting like itchy to get back to work, so on the home stretch, you know. And she needs some sleep, so I'm gonna let her do that. So thanks for joining me, everybody. Maybe tomorrow I will have a more lackadaisical broadcast and we can just hang out and fuck off. And I'll, no, I'm not going to put on the news tonight. Maybe in the morning I'll gather up some details on what's going on for you, just in case we're missing anything. I think Kira did a pretty good job gathering up some interesting events. And it's just like the struggle continues. I hope, like, let's all just pray. All just pray and have a unified fantasy of when Air Force Pun lands. That's what it should be called, Air Force Pun, because it's a fucking joke that he's on it. When Air Force Pun lands, that basically the Secret Service is asked to stand down by a bunch of U.S. Marshals and FBI agents. Guns drawn and everything. Just right when the plane lands, just have this fantasy with me. Come on, just pray. Just, please, God, please. Please, God, just get the fucker. Just get this fucker. Just get this fucker. That's how I pray. I twitch and shake my fist and growl. No, that's... Dear Father God. Ah! Yeah. I think that's how Lewis Black prays, actually. But... And on that bombshell, it's time to end. Thanks for joining, boys and girls. I hope you found this informative and stimulating. Please, check your subscriptions if you're anybody here who's not already subscribed. As if anybody could actually see this freaking broadcast anymore. I need like for the people that have money, not the broke people that like I've told to cut back on the amounts that they send, but like anybody who's been silent, I know you're thinking about it. We're worth it. Okay? And I'm not giving up, but no good deed goes unpunished. So y'all take it easy, but don't take it all. And suddenly my fucking volume works. What the hell? Ah, my God. I had a feeling that was going to happen. So, subscribe, like, click the little dingy bell on the channel thing. I'm not trying to be Kanye or whatever. Like, how do you make a bell without like being an Illuminati fucker? Facebook, Twitter, stuff. Peace. Mouse. Clownfish. It's in my heart and baby, in my soul. You, baby, you can't take it no more. No, I know I'm walking out that door. The way it treated me